Morning all, morning. Just letting people in now. Good to see lots of faces. Steve, John, good to have you with us. Chloe, thank you for joining. I'm not going to reel off everyone's names. We've had nearly 200 organisations sign up for today, so it should be a really good room. So thanks for joining us. Um, we'll give people just a minute or so, just over, just to join us, and then what we'll do is we'll crack on. Um, For those of you in the room already, welcome. Just to let you know, the call is recorded, so just be aware of that. We will be looking to share this out with you as well after the session. A few more people joining. There's lots of people joining, so we'll just let them come in. For those of you already in the room, if I could just get a quick tech test. For those of you, if you can hear me clearly and see a back to basics orange screen, thumbs up really helps. If you could do that, let me know that you can see and hear me clearly. That'd be great. Thank you, brilliant. We've still got people coming in, so we'll do another 30 seconds, and then I'll just open the room. People can join as they wish. We do have a just to let people know, we do have a chat channel, so please pop your questions throughout in there. I'm in the room today with my colleague Adam, so Adam will be in that chat channel looking at that and answering questions. But we do have a section of time to go through and do a bit of QA. So if we don't get to you in that chat channel, we'll be doing a bit of a QA session at the end. Right, I think what we'll do is we've still got people joining, but we'll crack on and they can just join as we go on. So, thank you very much for joining today. My name's Ben. I work at Gatherwell. We help operate lots of community lotteries across the various parts of the UK. So, you may be a sports lottery, you may be a community lottery, maybe a food bank. There'll be lots of different organisations in the room today. So, thank you very much for joining us. What I will say is that the call is recorded. I highlighted that earlier. There's a few more people in the room. I'll just let them know that the call has been recorded. But today, what I want to do is I just want to take you through a real back to basics session. It's one of our more popular ones. We can often get a bit carried away with all of the technical stuff that we can do, but actually it's really good to just come back and look at the basics. So we'll be covering a few of those today. So what I'll do is I'll crack on and we can go and look through the agenda. Um, so I'll just move on to the slide. The first thing is just we're just an agenda for today. So again, some really sort of basic points. If you're advanced, then you'll probably know these, but it's still always good to just sort of come back and learn some of these basics. So we'll be looking at logging into Facebook, but whilst we're logging into Facebook, we'll be looking at how we switch between profiles. So you may be an admin for multiple profiles, multiple causes, in fact, and we'll have a look at how we can quickly switch between those. We'll also look at saving images to your PC. Might be just a right click to some, but not to others. So we'll just have a look at some of the ways in which we can download some of the assets from the community lottery. And I'll be going through that as well. And then lastly, as I've indicated there, we'll have the live QA session. I can see questions already coming in. Fabulous. We'll be looking at those and then we'll run a bit of QA at the end as well. So I'll try and keep this down to 15 minutes, 20 minutes for you guys. But if it runs over with questions, half an hour, 40 minutes, not a problem. We'll stay in the room and we'll answer those. So what I'll do first off is I'll start with the graph. Whilst you're all still awake, we'll get the graph out. So I will go to 2026 now, nearly upon us. Goodness, yeah. Graph, but this is still relevant for 2025. So I'm going to be taking you guys through a journey where I say, click on this, share to Facebook, and do this. And what I always like to do is just really quickly touch on this: is why am I telling you to do this? Well, we've got access to the information across the lottery sites, and we can see those red line and those blue lines. So the red line is when causes come onto the sites and they share stuff. Supporters come to the sites and they buy tickets, they buy support. And you can see that the graph lines there are almost identical. That is the direct correlation between what I'm going to tell you to do today and what happens with supporters. They come in, they see what you're talking about, and they support your cause. And as an online lottery, it is the most effective way to raise funds. So there's a little bit of data and a little bit of information behind it. We look at these trend lines, we look at what supporters are doing. Why are they coming in and buying tickets? Like, how are they coming in and buying tickets? And what I'm going to take you through today is the bulk, over to 70 to 80% of the purchases we see is through this method. It is the run up to Christmas. We're also busy. As a family man myself, I've not quite realised or yet admitted that it is the 11th of December and it is nearly upon us. So actually, we are in the festive period. So I did want to just touch quickly on in the run up to Christmas and maybe some messaging that we can look at as well. Obviously, this may be 101, but it's always good to go over this. So seasonality, there's a lot going on around at the moment about looking after loved ones, and that is also quite resonant for you causes looking out for what's going out in the local community. You may also want to consider at this time talking about what's actually happened in 2025, like what funds have you actually raised, and what are those going to be doing. But also on the lottery platforms, you may have been with us for a number of years now, so we're going to have lotteries, we're going to have causes in the room today that have been with us for years. We're going to have causes that maybe haven't even signed up yet and they've come today to see if they want to sign up. But if you have been with us, you will have had winners. You will have had maybe a couple of free tickets, maybe cash winners, £25, or if you're really lucky, maybe you've had a £250 winner, £2,000 winner, and if you're mega lucky, you've had a jackpot winner on your cause. If you have a look at those cash prizes that you've handed out that's on your supporter tab, you can talk about all of that positive information. Another thing that people are looking out for now is, what does 2026 look like? What are you going to be doing in the year ahead? What funds are you going to be looking to raise, and what does that mean for you? Supporters are looking for what your social impact is. And again, this is 101 for you guys, but again, it's just good to highlight this is what has happened in 2025? What have you done? What have the funds meant for you? And then what does this mean for 2026? What are your goals? What are you looking at doing there? So I just wanted to touch on that because this is probably the last week we all have until Christmas entirely consumes us. So I just wanted to go on to that. Um, I'm going to go onto the dashboard now. I'm not going to mess around too much on slides because it's always good to actually do some live examples. So I've talked about sharing things. I've talked about going onto Facebook. So we're going to have a look at the dashboard of the website. And when I say the dashboard, this is the area. I'm going to be using a site called Atlantis Lottery. It's a test site. So any of the information that you see on Atlantis is dummy, it's fake, it's test stuff. But what it does do is it illustrates the number of sites that all of you guys are from. You will see similar structure and you will know where to go on your site. So I'm using Atlantis Lottery as a test site. And where I'm going to be going is the dashboard, and I'm also going to be going around the marketing hub. So what am I going to be doing with you guys today? I'm going to go to the dashboard of the lottery site. I'm going to be looking in the marketing hub of the lottery site, and I'm going onto Facebook, and I'm going to be interacting with those two between the dashboard and Facebook. So what we'll do, we'll cover the first point, which is logging into Facebook. So I'm just going to go and click over to Facebook. Can I just get a check that you guys are following me okay? I should have gone through to Facebook now. I've come off the presentation, just some thumbs up to know that we're all sort of following along. Brilliant, getting those in. Thank you. Always good to check and not assume. So we've got Facebook here. And again, this is knowledge that we don't want to take for granted. What I've done is I've come in here and I've logged in as a test account. So I'm logged into Facebook at the moment. But what you guys might do is you guys might be, or if you've got lottery cause accounts on Facebook, you will be an admin on that. So you will have yes, my name's Ben, so I will have a Ben account on Facebook. That's my personal account. But then I will be given admin access to my cause or my community account. So I will have admin access across multiple accounts. And what that means is I have a personal Facebook account, but I also am an admin for another Facebook account. And what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be showing you how, once you're an admin, and I'm making an assumption that you have been granted those privileges, that you are already been given admin access, how you can flick between those profiles and start sharing. Just really taking a sip of the drink here. It's quite dry. Apologies. So what I've got here is I'm logged in as Facebook. I'm going to very quickly go to the dashboard, and I'm going to pedal back a bit and slow down for you guys and show you where I'm going. But for the purpose of now, I'm just going to go into my dashboard and grab some. Apologies, my mic turned off there. I'm just going to grab some of those assets and go through to Facebook. Now, I'll show this section in a minute, but I've gone in, I'm pretending to be a local food bank. Again, this is all test information, and I'm going to click share my lottery. Now, when I click share my lottery, it comes up with the Facebook tab. I can click on that. Again, I'll highlight this and slow down later, and I can click share. And what it's going to do is it's going to take me straight through to Facebook. And it'll load. We're live, so hopefully this will load fine. There we go. So what it's done is it's taken me straight through there, and it's got a nice asset for me, ready to share some lovely messaging. And I'll put sort of just test stuff in here so you can see. It's ready to share and go to Facebook. Now, that's fine if I wanted to share this to my personal Facebook, but a lot of the questions I get asked most of the time is, Ben, how do I share to the community lottery Facebook? It's just sharing to my feed, or I don't know where it's going. And you'll see I'm using the test account Joe Guell here. That's the personal one. So what's happened here is I've gone onto Facebook and I've logged in, and then I've gone to the lottery website and I've shared, but I haven't changed those profiles around. So what I'm going to be doing is actually just posting that to my personal, which isn't what I'm trying to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click off that and close that down. And whilst I'm in Facebook, I've got the little button over here that I can click on. So it's the top right. I'll zoom in for you guys because I appreciate sometimes on screen share it can be quite small. On the top right hand side, and this is just in the drop down here, you'll see that I have access, even though I'm Joe Guell, I have access to other pages. Now, for the examples of today, I've got Thanet and Cherwell there, but you guys will have whatever cause you are part of, you will see that page there. And what you can do is you can click on it. And once you click on it, it will just switch your profile. If you've already got admin access, there's no need to log in. It will just switch your profile over and you will become that profile. So I'm going to click on that. And it may take a while. It shows you a little logo and it shows you, look, you've changed. So I'm still logged into Facebook, but what's happened is I'm now actually posting on this particular example as Thanet Community Lottery. So because I'm an admin on another page, I've been able to flick between these pages to post. So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to do that again. So top right, where it says account, and flick through. I'm going to use another one, for example, and I'm going to click on that. And you've got the little rotating icon that shows you you're changing, and then it changes me into this account. That's how we switch between accounts when we're in Facebook. May seem super simple, but it can be quite confusing to some. So switching between those accounts when you're managing multiple organizations on Facebook is a key skill, a basic skill to get you sharing on accounts. And now that I've done that, what I'll do is I'll go back to the lottery website. We've switched ourselves. We're on Cherwell Lottery now, even though I logged in as myself. And if I click the share button that I clicked before, it should remember what we've done. So we've gone through and we've set up our correct accounts. And as you can see now that I've clicked that button, I've actually shared as Cherwell Lottery. So if I was on the Cherwell Lottery, and again we're using this as an example, I could then post a positive message here, and that would be going to that lottery account. And what I do is I put in some text, and then I'd click next. So that's one way that I've shared to that one. Now, if I'm part of multiple organizations and I'm an admin of multiple organizations, it's very easy for me to then use that information we've just gone through. I can click off that, I can post that, then I can go back and I can change to this one and I can do exactly the same process. So if I'm actually an admin across multiple organizations that are on the lottery, or just in general, this is general knowledge as well, just in general, I can share multiple positive messages from Facebook from just flicking through those channels. Now you will have to have admin access. So if you're not the admin of that page, you will need to obviously request admin access. But that's how you can very quickly flick between those channels. What I want to do is I want to just go back now. I've talked about I very quickly went through this, so I want to just slow down and go back to the start. So again, this is Atlantis Lottery. Let's just pretend for a second that we've logged in. So this is the page that you would have where you'd log in. And once you're logged in, you go to your account at the top right. Again, I'll zoom in because I just appreciate it can be quite small. And once you're logged in, you'll have this area, the dashboard, that you can click on. We want to go through to that. And once we're on the dashboard, we get access to a sort of variety of tools. I'll just slowly skim down on this. So this is where we have all of our statistics, how much we've raised, how many tickets, and if we've got any achievements, we'll have achievements in the bottom to share there. But I'm going to go back to the top because what I want to go into today is the Marketing Hub, which is in the top right. You'll see that there. Once you go into your dashboard, top right, you've got that Marketing Hub. I'm just going to go into the Marketing Hub and you'll see that we've got the four areas here. Super Draw, Refer a Friend, Lottery Launch, and Generic. This Marketing Hub for the lottery is a go-to place. This is, if you've got 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour of fundraising time, you'll be going to the Marketing Hub to share positive messaging. I'm going to go into the super draw because it's relevant at the moment. And if you guys you'll be part of the super draw. If you go into your Marketing Hub, and if the operator's signed up to it, you will see that you'll have that £3,000 Christmas bonus there as part of your super draw. So definitely check that out today, guys. I'm going to use it as an example right now. But what we spoke about today was also stripping this right back to basics and how do we save an image. So we've got our assets here. This is where you'll get your assets. And when you go into the download assets section, you get offered a choice of assets. You've got the digital, the printable, you've got images for Facebook, and you've got for other platforms as well. I'm going to use the example of Facebook today. So if I click on Facebook, what will happen is it will take me straight through, blows it right up. We won't need it that large, it'll be about that large. And then it shows us an image that we can share to Facebook. And one of the questions I get asked with this is, okay, great, there it is, but how do I get it to Facebook? So it's really simple, it's really easy, but let's not take it for granted. Let's run over it. So what you do when you go here and you've got an asset or an image is you can right click. And when you right click, you've got the same save image as. So you can click that there. And once you've clicked that, it'll come up with a window for you. I'm on Windows for today, but it'll come up with a window for you where you can save the image. So I'm just going to put test image here so we know that we've saved it. And that's done. That's downloaded. You can see it's just confirmed it there in the top right. So I'll just go over that again quickly. What we've done is we've gone to the Marketing Hub. Zoom back in again. We've gone to the Marketing Hub. We've decided that looks like a nice asset. That's what I want to put on I want to put that on my Facebook, or I want to put that, maybe I want to put it on a poster, or I want to do something with it. We click on the download asset section. We click on Facebook. We're presented with the image. We right click it. We save it. And then we can give it a file name when that pops up just over here. And then we can just test image 2. And we can save that in our downloads, and we've saved that image. So it's really simple, really simple, really basic, but it's one of those things we take for granted. And some people are actually like, I don't, how do I get this image downloaded? And that is one of the quickest ways to do it. Once you've got that image downloaded to your PC, what you can then do is you can go back to your Facebook. You can click on Facebook and you can start uploading images. So if you click on the little image button, which again, let's not take things for granted, that's that green one there. If you click on that, it'll then bring up your folder. All you need to do is go and find where you saved it. It will normally come up with the last place that you were in. And we've got that test image. And what we can do there, as you see, I've just double clicked that and it's put that image straight into there so that we can post that. So that's how we've manually put in an image, and obviously you can put any images you want, that are promoting the community lottery. But that's a question I get asked. I just wanted to address that here. That is how easy it is to download some images and post them on the social media. What I like to do is I just like to recap on this because we do speed through this a little bit. So I want to just highlight the Marketing Hub and how we got to that. We've talked about logging into Facebook. So what we've done is we've logged into Facebook. We've switched those profiles round. We've used the website to post straight to it. We've also gone into the Marketing Hub and downloaded an asset and put that on Facebook. And I've obviously sat here and explained it to you. In minutes, it will take you guys seconds, and that's the sort of period of time it takes to get this information. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do a clean run where we go into the website, go to the Marketing Hub, and then we share straight away. So you can just see that as one flow without me darting between screens. So I log in, I go to my account. We've got the dashboard here that we're going to click on. Click on the dashboard. Top right, I've got my Marketing Hub. I'm going to click on that. I get presented with all my materials. I pick one. I'm going to do the super draw because it's Christmas and we've got a Christmas. And then what I'll do from here is I'll go straight away. I'll hit that share button. I'll go to Facebook, and then we're straight in and we're posting. So that's it takes 10 seconds. It's probably taken me 20 seconds to explain it. It take 10 seconds to go in and do that. And you can see that it's still remembered the Facebook page and we've got that post up. It's done that automatically for us because we click the share button. We've got all of that information there. So that is how quick it is to go in and post. Okay, guys. So we've done a bit of that. I'll just go back to the slideshow now before we go into the Q&A. I've shown where the dashboard is, so thank you for sort of following me along with that one. And again, there are multiple places. I've highlighted there where the marketing hub is. You can see that on the top right. So we've gone through that. And then one of the things I've used is the Super Draw. This is actually this year's Super Draw graphics. There's a green one. If your operators opted into this, then you will be part of it. £3,000 cash bonus, Super Draw. That is one of the big messages to shout about at the moment. That's what the Super Draw is that we've got. And what we'll do now, I'm just conscious of time. I don't want to take too many people over on the time they spent to come in today, but I am keen to look at the QA channel and look at any questions we've got in there. Adam, I can see that we've been sort of talking and answering questions we've been going throughout, which is brilliant. But what are there any questions, Adam, for us to sort of go through? If I can pass over to you, we could start that section. That'd be great.
Yeah. First of all, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, lots of good questions. Lots I haven't answered yet because they are quite relevant to everyone. So we'll go through a couple of those now. We've had one from Steve. If people sign up and then don't buy tickets, do they get a reminder email to buy tickets at all? Yes, Steve, they do. Ben was talking about the super draw there. As part of each super draw, a registered supporter who doesn't have tickets will get at least 2 emails in that month, encouraging them to complete their sign up and buy tickets. So yeah, that absolutely happens quite regularly. And we see good responses to those emails. So it's quite a lot of those people do end up buying tickets. John mentioned that no one's bought any tickets because it's an older membership base. We have a lot of charities like that, and they don't have online banking. There aren't many ways around that. The platform is a digital platform. However, if they want to call in, they can ring the support number at the bottom of your website, and support will help them set up an account without, they can pay by direct debit. We can set that up for them. You could also consider setting up a syndicate. That's an option that some people do. If you could help people gather together, put the money in, and then buy the tickets together, that's an option that support offers as well. So it is a digital platform. It's not set up for people who don't have online banking, but there are a couple of ways around it. So please get in touch if you want to have a look at that. Simon asked for Instagram assets. Believe me, we know we need them. It's something we've been looking at. We do actually have them available. If you want to drop us your email address and get support to pop one out to you, we're just working on getting them onto the platform so that you can download them along with your other leaflets. That's the part we're working on at the moment, and it's a development issue. We won't be able to offer sharing to Instagram, so don't hold your breath for that, because it's the way Instagram works with what they call an API. They don't offer direct sharing from platforms like ours, but we will have a story asset that you can download and then post yourself. And of course, we do have the square image asset as well, so you can use that in on your feed as a post. George is asking, the winners tab where it says 3 extra tickets. What does that mean? So 3 extra tickets is a prize. If you match 2 numbers, you get 3 free tickets. They don't need claiming, so we don't talk about them that much because people don't have to do anything with them. And it's a fairly small prize in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, 3 extra tickets, and they'll go into the next week's draw, like I said, without needing to be claimed. So if you've matched 2 numbers, you get 3 free tickets in the next draw. If one of your members wins, you will see it in your dashboard. If it's a weekly prize, it will say publicly that, for instance, Mrs. S has won whatever your prize is. It will also say that if someone wins the jackpot, for those of you that have jackpots, if the super draw is won by your charity, for example, we'll be in touch with you anyway to let you know. Because charities often like to be involved in congratulating the winner, or sometimes we'll do like a prize presentation, which we'll do normally at the charity with the winner. So yes, whatever the prize is, you will know. Although for cash prizes, we won't be in touch with you directly. It'll be on your dashboard in your account, so you'll have a look at it there. John has mentioned a technical issue. It appears that we didn't know about. So thank you, John, for bringing that to our attention. An issue with the share widget when using a VPN. So I've raised that with our dev team already. Hopefully, we'll have a resolution for that sooner rather than later. Jess has asked underneath that, well, then how do I turn off my VPN? That's a bit of a tricky one for me to say now because it depends on your VPN. If you know what it is, if you open that program, that window, there should just be a disconnect option. Which you can disconnect, you can do the share, and then reconnect. But it depends on your VPN, so that's very difficult for me to say specifically. But John, thank you for raising that, and that is something we will have a look at, and are already having a look at now. Helen has asked how it works with Meta Business Suite. That is another tricky question because it depends how you've got Meta Business Suite set up. There are a number of different ways. If you've just set up a course page and you've got your personal page, they're probably already linked to Meta Business Suite, and you do all the usual stuff from there. You can schedule. The sharing widget, if that was what you're specifically asking, won't work directly through Business Suite. It will work through the sort of standard Facebook page. So you still need to be logged in there. But if you want to do any posts or anything else, you can do that through Business Suite. What else do we have? Sorry, Gemma has asked about buying tickets and what that means. And there's not a lot of information on the site. That's fair. There isn't. It's something we can look at a bit more information on the page to explain what the numbers are, what you need to pick, and how to do that. Because yes, some supporters do need that extra guidance there. So I'm on to the ones I hadn't yet seen now, so just coming through. Naomi has asked, I'm a player 2, I'm just entered the Christmas draw. Okay, so this is a question about someone that's just bought a ticket. Thank you, Naomi. And the order summary says your tickets will be entered in draw starting the 3rd of January. You'll be entered in 20 super draw that happens in that time. Yeah, so yes, that means you are already in the super draw for December if you're already a player. Any tickets that are currently in draws in December and are in the draw on the super draw date, which is the 20th of December, are in the super draw. Even if you haven't started you haven't started your weekly draws yet and won't until the 3rd of January, because you've already bought the ticket, it will be in the super draw. And yes, anyone, doesn't matter if you bought your ticket a year ago, as long as you still have a ticket in the draw on the 20th of December, you will be in the super draw. It's all automatic.
It's just, Adam, there's a couple of questions at the top that I'm just going to take because I think we might have just missed them. I'll just make sure they get checked off.
Yeah.
Just whilst you're having a look through the ones that are coming in. So I think John's asked a question on draws. Why are the draws on the Saturday evening? Could they not be on a Friday?
Indeed.
The main reason for the draws being on the Saturday is that we draw out with a Australian Super 66. So we use their numbers. So obviously we can't generate our own numbers internally because that wouldn't be right. We can't pick the numbers. We have to use a randomizer, and that randomizer just happens to be 8 o'clock on a Saturday. So why are they drawn there? It's because we're not drawing the numbers. We use an external drawer to do that because of that's the compliance. That's the legality of not being able to draw internally, and also that's why they're drawn on a Saturday. So we can't draw them on a Friday because we don't have the winning numbers. So that's why we do that one there. Jenny's asked, I'm a fundraiser of 3 causes, 2 charities and a club. Can I log in on one email
I've
address?
covered that later down. Then
Have you covered? You've covered that one,
that
Adam.
in a reply. Yeah.
Absolutely yes on that one. But I just wanted to make sure those 2 former ones weren't missed.
Yep, perfect. There are a couple more down here as well. There's a couple of people asked for the Instagram assets. Yes, I'll email them out to you. Please just pop your email addresses in if you want them. And as I say, we are working on making those available through your marketing hub. What else we got? Jenny asked about, do we get extra money for super draws? Yes and no. There isn't an extra payout as such, but more people buy tickets for super draws, therefore your fundraising goes up. And that's the way that there's no extra money for anyone outside of the extra tickets that are sold. That's what all the fundraising comes from. So hopefully that makes sense. Allowing someone else access to the marketing hub, Graham, you can add other cause admins. That's probably something we'll cover in a future webinar, I think. Although if you want specific information, if you want to give support, an email or a call, we can talk you through that. But yes, if you go onto your admin account and add another admin, there would have to be an admin, so they get quite a lot of access. So just be sure to be aware of that. But you can do it that way. Video. Jules has mentioned an idea about videos of supporters winning prizes. Yes, we absolutely are desperate to do that more. Unfortunately, many of our winners want to be anonymous, or if they don't want to be anonymous, they at least don't like having pictures taken or don't want to be on videos. We have managed one or two in the past, but the vast majority of winners just don't want to be involved, and we can't make it compulsory. But whenever we have that, we will let you know, because we absolutely love to get winner pictures and videos and stuff. It is fantastic content. You're absolutely right. I think that's everything I've got. So if anyone else has any questions, please, Ben, you might need to let people unmute and feel free to ask away.
Yeah, no, that's what I would just say with that as well, guys, is any questions that we haven't covered today. Obviously, if you go to the bottom of any of your lottery websites, you will have the support email address and also the number. So please feel free to contact us, come to us direct. We've got a short session today, so we're just at the half an hour now. But if there is any questions that we haven't yet covered, you can always get in contact with us, pick up the phone, or send us an email. What I would also say is I've got it up on the screen here. I've had a big QR code, and I really do encourage people with this. If there's two things that you do today, guys, please scan this QR code. It goes through to a really short survey. It allows you to get even more of your say in. So it's been great having the feedback that we've had today. What it does do is it gives you a chance. There's just three small questions. And what it does is it helps us provide webinars that are relevant for you guys, the content that you want to see. We've logged down all of that information about the Instagram assets and various other feedback. But this is a great way for you to communicate with us. So please do pick out your phones, scan this QR code and fill out that short survey, because it will get through to us and we can review that. It helps us provide relevant content, and you guys get your say. So that's a great way to do it. Again, if you do want to speak to us directly, if you want a bit more of a time, if maybe you want a bit more of a time, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to talk through something personally, we offer one-on-one sessions. We do that. You can call us via the phone number or you can email in. So again, if you go to your lottery website, scroll right to the bottom, you'll have the phone number and the email address. You can contact us and we can set up one of those sessions with you for a more one-on-one. That's absolutely fine. But please do two things today. Scan this QR code, give us that feedback, let us know what we're doing, let us know if it's relevant. And secondly, please go into your marketing hub today and share those assets we've talked about. We've used SuperDraw as an example, but please do go into the marketing hub there and share those assets. I can see we've got a couple more minutes, I think, but I can see that we've got a few. Are there any sort of choice questions, Adam, that we haven't yet addressed?
There are one or two coming through, although a couple of people have left, so I'm not sure if the people asking the questions are still going to be here.
That's fine. We've still got about 50 in the room, so you're still good.
Yeah, Tim and Tracy have asked a question specifically about their lottery, which is they're on the Giving Lottery, and that it's about the difference between Gatherwell and the Giving Lottery. So this is kind of relevant to everyone, because whilst you're all on different lotteries, it's a relevant question. We at Gatherwell, we're the ELM, the External Lotteries Manager, that runs these lotteries for the different operators. So we run the lottery platform for the Giving Lottery and for B&D Lottery and all the different ones that you're all on. So that's our job here. I hope that's clear enough. Steve, I think, has left, just in case he's popped back in. Was in the B&D lottery, which paused for a few months, or on hiatus. He's asking, did previous members get a reminder? Yes, they did, although some will have signed back up, or the tickets will have kept running, others won't. Uh, bu- 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 bu-
Lots of Instagram. Lots of Instagram.
Lots and lots of Instagram. We'll
Lots of
get those out
Instagram.
to you, and it will help me um, encourage my colleagues to prioritize this piece of work and get them live as soon as
What I
possible
will
for you,
say
because they
about
are important.
Instagram, though, Adam, and I've said this, we said this before, the Facebook asset actually at the moment does work okay for Instagram. So again, even though it's not
And the Square
directly
JPEG
shareable.
asset as well.
Yeah, so even though the pro like Adam alluded to it earlier, the problem you've got with Instagram is the APIs, the technical gubbins behind it isn't as easy to just click a button and send stuff
No,
through to Instagram like it is Facebook. But the actual graphics themselves, whilst we're in sort of this period of not having a specific graphic, that one that we downloaded, if I just click up here this which Facebook we went into, let's go back to the marketing hub, and if I go back to the download the assets, I think it's the JPEG
it's the
one, Adam.
JPEG. Yeah, it
So
is.
if you go to download assets, guys, and you see the JPEG option, if you click on that, this one actually maybe not so much for stories,
Not
which
for stories. That's
I
what I'm
think
assuming people are asking for,
yeah, I think
and what I'll be sending
stories,
out.
but even with stories, it depends. Like yeah, with stories, you can still have a square graphic, and then you can put, GIFs and images and mentions and other things around the image. What I would tend to advise people if they're like, look, I've got an Instagram campaign, I need some images. I always say, okay, for now, your best bet is to go in and get that JPEG because that JPEG's probably the most suitable. So across any of the assets, if you see the JPEG as a download option, go and grab that because it that can be used probably best for Instagram right now.
Yeah, yeah. There's another question here from Jenny. Ben, do we need to add a message about this being a game of chance? Does it fall under gambling? I mean, it is a form of gambling. It's a very low risk form of gambling. Um, I don't know what you think, Ben, about what we need to say on the
Well,
site.
so this is more of a marketing thing, and the depth of this goes into ASA guidelines, so Advertising Standards Agency. Section 17 lotteries. So you can tell I've rolled that off the tongue a couple of times. So ASA guidelines, section 17. That's something that you guys can go and have a look at if you're interested in how you should be marketing lotteries and how it works. There's a whole section on there on the do's and don'ts of advertising. As far as answering this question, you don't need to add a message about it being a game of chance because anything you link is going to go through to the website, which is going to have the terms and conditions on it. So when you link through to your players, they can't buy a ticket from you. They have to come to the website. And so when they come to the website, they have to agree to if they're a new player, they have to agree to the terms and conditions. And all of that is covered within the website. So by all means, you can use terminology and say, look, there's a chance to win because that is correct. You don't have to make a big deal about it because it is covered in the website. We label the chances of winning, the jackpot, the £2,000, the 3 free tickets, all of those chances are on the website. So that is all covered. So you don't need to. That is the answer to the question. If you would like to add information, you can always state that. You can say, look, there's a chance to win a prize. That's absolutely fine and fair to say. And if you are more interested in, okay, well, how can I like I'm into marketing. How can I look at this a bit closer? You want to go to the ASA guidelines, section 17 lotteries. That's what you want to sort of look at with a cup of tea if you really want to sort of get into it. Just looking down here, Adam. I think we've answered questions that probably cover most. Do we want to go? We're coming up to. Do we want to go for another question if there's one more?
There are a couple of bits and pieces. Does anyone have anything they'd like to shout up with? Please do unmute yourselves
They'll have to
and
request
ask
unmute,
them
Adam.
ask request unmute. What else we got in the chat? Oh, I see Jenny posting onto Facebook. Well done. Good to see it.
There we go. There we
Good
go.
luck.
Confidence to act.
Yeah. Christina did ask, she's involved in a number of lottos as their organisation covers a wide area. Do we need to promote each lotto individually? Unfortunately, yes. It's not something we provide at the moment. The ability to promote lots of different lotteries all at once, you'll need to log into each one and share each one. Something we could potentially look at in the future, but it would be a tricky one to make that
We did
work.
cover it earlier though, Adam. The switching. So just on that one, I think we'll cover this one as a final point. You can't do it all at the same time, but what you can do is remember we went through once we've got
Switch from one
access,
to the other, yeah.
we can log into one place. So for argument's sake, let's just say I wanted to promote multiple lotteries. I can log in and have one place on Facebook and I can go, right, I'm part of three lotteries. I'm going to
Mm.
post on this one, then I'm going to switch to Cherwell, and then I'm going to post
Copy
on
the
that one.
post.
So you can basically you can sit there with a copy and paste and within about 10 minutes you could
Yeah,
post to 10
yeah.
different lotteries in
Yeah,
effect.
it's not something you can do from within the platform, I
Yeah.
suppose, was my point, but you can do it
Yes.
more easily by doing one post and then pasting it throughout Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're at about time. It's been a good room though, and we've still got plenty of the room. So what I would do is just closing comments. Thank you very much, guys, for turning up today. It's been great. If there's any sort of final things you do before saying goodbye and you haven't done it already, please do scan this QR code and give us that information because it helps us provide these sessions for you guys. It helps us provide relevant ones, lets us know how we're doing, and it also lets us know what you want. That's the first one. The second one, as I can see, people have already confirmed they've done it. Thank you very much. But go onto your platforms, grab some of those assets and share them on social media. If you've got multiple accounts, try that account switching as well. Challenge yourself a bit on that one. But yeah, please do those two things today. Again, if there's any further questions or you think that was great, but actually I want to sit down with you guys, I would like a little bit of a one-on-one chat. Please go to the support phone lines. We've got phone lines, we've got email addresses. Just drop us a message, give us a call, and just say you'd like to book in a session. We're more than happy to sit down with you, and we can talk about a specific item that you have or specific initiative for your lottery. More than happy to do that. So please do get in contact with us, guys. As far as today is concerned, though, thank you very much for joining. It's been a great room. We're nearly there, so I'm going to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I'm going to do it. I'm going to break the seal and say, have a lovely Christmas, because it's about to brace. It's coming. So I hope
We
you all
don't
have
let
a.
him do it in our morning meetings. That's why he's getting
I'm
it
not
out there
allowed to.
now.
I'm not allowed to. I'm breaking rank. Well, I've got to get my son's Christmas jumper ready. So as far as I'm concerned, we're there. So thank you very much, guys. Have a lovely festive season, whatever it is you're doing, and all the best for your fundraising. But thank you for joining us today. Take care. Cheers,
You all.
guys.
I'm just saving. We get